Well, it's October, and you know what that means? It's time to do our fall employee check-in here at Vet to Pet. So we do this spring and fall. We go around, and each leader meets with their direct reports, and we have, I don't even call it a performance evaluation. I call it a check-in, employee check-in. I hate performance evaluations. Those do nothing but give people anxiety. Like, imagine what it feels like. You're going to go sit down and get, the test results delivered to you on what you're great at and what you suck at. Nobody likes that. I'm much more a fan of giving feedback as needed throughout the year and using these spring and fall check-in times to hear how the employee is doing. What are they working on? What are their hopes and dreams? Where do they want to be a year from now? How much money do they want to be making? What are they struggling with? It's really a time to listen. Now, you can come back after the employee check-in and maybe have another meeting to say, hey, I thought about some of the things you mentioned and I want to give you more specific feedback. But the actual meeting itself should primarily be for listening, for a leader to listen and understand where your employee is going. And I find where we can really help our employees is give them more guidance on defining what the future looks like for themselves. Most people don't do a good job of this. So asking the questions, where do you want to be a year from now? How much money do you want to be making? What does a day in the life look like for you in this new role, better version of yourself? What are we going to need to change to get there? Is there somebody currently doing this that you could emulate or look up to? Are there resources that can help you understand what this person of the future looks like, where we can start to improve on our skill set and whatever we need to do to get there? By envisioning the end result, you can then back up and fill in the gaps to get there. So you can make a retro plan where you say, I'm here now, I want to be here. What needs to happen? And how hard are you willing to work for it? Because let's be clear, pretty much every goal is attainable if you're willing to do the hard work. And it just depends on how committed you really are. I'll tell you, when I was 33, I decided that I wanted to get certified in scuba diving. But you see, I can't swim. I never learned to swim as a kid. I'm afraid of the water. Do you see the problem here? My goal is to get certified for diving, and I can't even swim. So I decided I'm going to do this. Well, it was a harder journey for me than most because the first thing I had to do was take swimming lessons with all the little kids at the local pool. And I had to learn how to get more comfortable with the water, and I had to learn how to do some basic things that would allow me to take my diving course. I signed up for the diving class. Of course, I just glossed through the bookwork. That's easy for me. But when it came to the practical, this was a problem, you guys, because in this certification, you have to tread water for 10 minutes. And I can never master treading water. But I found a little loophole that said you could float on your back for 10 minutes to pass this part of the test. So I practice at the pool. And as any of you that can float on your back know, the key to that is relaxation. Well, that is a problem for me in the pool when I think at any moment I could drown. So I did so much work here getting ready for my test, and I go with my class. We go to the pool here to do our test. They all tread water for 10 minutes. And then imagine the embarrassing situation where they say, all right, now it's Stacy's turn, because she's going to float on her back for 10 minutes while we all stare at her. So I got in the pool and I got prepared, and my coach got the teacher got the timer, clicked it, and I immediately sank. And I climbed back up the pool edge, and I took my mask off and I said, can I try again? Give me one more chance. He said, yes, you can try again. So I went for it, and I was floating on my back, and everyone was staring at me. And of course I can see them because I'm looking up. But you know what happened? They all started cheering for me. They all started saying 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And with their encouragement, I made it to 10 minutes and I was able to get my scuba certification. And I did my first diving in Cozumel. It was amazing. And it's something I'm really proud of. But it's not easy. It's not like I can just say my goal is someday to be a scuba diver. I had to find the end result and I had to work backwards to get there. So I encourage all of you that are reaching for a goal, envision what the end result is, make a plan, step by step plan, and do it if you're serious about it. If you're not serious about it, and you just want to put it on things you hope to do someday, that's fine too. Just be clear about what you're doing. And employers, it's your job to help people figure out who they want to be and who the best version is of themselves and how to get there.